Come spend the day with me. Of course, I had to start by puttering around. First up, I grabbed some laundry that had been hanging to dry and just wanted to put everything away. I had some hanging in my closet and some hanging in the closet right by my laundry. So I just got everything all put away. And then while I was doing that, Cooper apparently was basking in the sun, living his best life. I decided to make the bed really quick, and then I wanted to head down to the gym. I wanted to get in some steps, and I luckily had it all to myself, so I stopped for a second just to enjoy the view. I don't know why the Ferris wheel hasn't been on lately, but it's still pretty. Anyway, I got my steps in really quickly, and it was nice and cool in here, which was great. I also did some weights, and then I headed back up. Cooper had been waiting for me, and I took a quick shower, and then I had to head out. Normally, I don't eat breakfast, but I was starving this morning, so I stopped by Chick-fil-A, which is one of my favorite things for breakfast. No surprise, right? And then I headed into one of my buildings. I had to meet a contractor, and then while I was there, I also emptied out the quarters, and then I took the router from that building over to Xfinity to swap it out because it had just not been working correctly. So I got a new one and set that up, which was nice and easy, but then the Blink cameras weren't working, so I had to fix that. Then I decided to swap out my Pura car diffuser for the new Volcano one. I freaking love that scent. Then I headed over to Costco. I got distracted by the iMac. I debate getting one of those. And then look at these trees. Aren't they so nice and for such a reasonable price? But that is not what we were there for. I grabbed some various fruit and veggies, trying to get a few healthier options, but you know, lunch isn't going to be that healthy, so we'll see. I grabbed a salad and then these zero sugar sample things for Kurt, which he absolutely freaking loves. And then of course I had to stop for lunch while I was here because you can't leave Costco without having lunch here. I had pizza and part of one of their cookies and then loaded everything up, went to another building. I had to pick up a lease from a tenant and then also empty out the quarters of all of these machines. And then once that was done, I stopped at Jewel's because I used the Coinstar machine there to turn those all into gift cards, which takes forever, but that's fine. Then I headed back downtown and put away my groceries that I had gotten from Costco. I was a little worried because they had been out for a little bit, but they all looked fine, so hopefully that's not an issue. Once that was all put away, then I wanted to put away the little chocolate into my snack drawer, always the best part, of course. I had also gotten rid of some old food that was in the refrigerator, so I put the dishes into the dishwasher and got that going, although then I realized that there wasn't any finishing stuff, so I put that in. And then after that, I wanted to do some laundry. I actually was doing my boyfriend's laundry, which I normally never do his laundry, but his back has been just killing him, so I offered to do it, and I really don't mind laundry. So I threw that in for him really quick, and I decided to put his little bag into the guest room to get out of the way and open up the windows. Then I had a few packages. Again, I normally don't use like plastic plates and things like that, but every once in a while, if I have guests or sometimes to give to some of the door staff if I'm giving them food. And then I also got this little contraption. It's like this MagSafe thing where you can put your phone on your water bottle. I thought that'd be nice for the gym. I decided to have a little snack because I had actually gotten hungry again. And then I tried to get Cooper to go for a walk. At first he was not enthused, but I finally talked him into it. We went out around the lake and the river, and then we decided to head down to the dog park for a little bit. He played for a little bit, and then I got home and decided to throw in my stuffed peppers for dinner. This is one of my favorite dinners, and it's so easy. While that was cooking, I was able to empty the dishwasher now that those were all done. So I put everything away, and luckily there weren't any spots or anything on anything. I guess that finishing stuff really does help. So got all of the dishes put away. A few little containers needed to be hand dried a little bit. They weren't quite totally dry, but that's okay. And then after that, Kurt's laundry was done. So I pulled all of that out, and oh my goodness, the folding. He has so much folding. Of course, this is like going to his house, so everything had to be folded. Then my dinner was finally ready, and I'm just going to watch a little TV and relax. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.